Yo guys, welcome back to CP Gaming and my TNA TEW 9 save. I would just like to thank everyone that has commented, liked and subscribed on my previous videos. I do greatly appreciate it. We are up to 45 subscribers now. Absolutely fantastic. Wanted to get to 50 before Christmas, so just 5 away and we still have lots of time. Hopefully you can get me there on this video. I can push forward. Looking at our last show, we got a 59 for Impact. Our best show so far. We are moving in the right direction. 450 people turned up. So hopefully we can continue to rise in that area. So without further ado, we will move into episode 3. And we kick it off with pre-show bouts. 3 as usual. We're getting 3 in there. Where we do have Jesse Elaban versus Li Ying Li. In a terrible pre-show match, Li Ying Li defeated Jesse Elaban in 12 minutes by pinfall after using a foreign object. We had a 25 wrestling segment, 18 crowd reaction, a 23 segment rating. Jesse Elaban 17, Li Ying Li 33. The bout was dragged in the middle with a lack of flow being noticeable and Jesse Elaban was off her game. Jesse Elaban came to us before the show and wanted us to put her in a match. She looked like she had decent stats, but judging by that, it's not been a great performance. 17 rating and off her game in a match where you're potentially fighting for a contract. So we move into the next bout where we have Sinner and Saint versus Mike DiVecchio and Con in a tag team match. And in a pre-show bout that had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Mike DiVecchio and Con defeated Sinner and Saint in 9 minutes 37 when Mike DiVecchio pinned Travis Williams. So a bit of a throw together tag team there for Mike DiVecchio and Con. 37 wrestling, 11 crowd and 39 segment rating. All the guys in the 30s for performance, best performer being Travis Williams and then Mike DiVecchio with a nice 38. Judas Icarus 37 and Con at 32. And another person, Judas Icarus, with being off his game. So it's not going well tonight with people off their game. As you can see there, we do have 476 people. We have got another 23 people in that building. We are on that rise. Hopefully we can get to 500 for the next show. We then move into the main event for the pre-show, where we have Leon Slater versus Bu Ku Dao. And in a pre-show bout, which had decent wrestling and heat, Leon Slater defeated Bu Ku Dao in 15 minutes and 4 seconds by pinfall. We did have a lot of high spots. 46 for Leon Slater and a 33 for Bu Ku Dao. Pretty decent stats there for both of them. And again, the bout dragged in the middle. 40 for the wrestling, 21 for the crowd rating, and a 34 segment overall. Nice win there for Leon Slater, and he's getting some decent in-ring performances. His popularity is rising. Obviously, he's going to be the future of the X Division. One of the future of the X Division. The guy's just got so much talent, and we can build him up in these pre-shows, and you know, we can start to push him on the main roster when he's there. I think for his in-ring performances there, it's just we need a little bit more in popularity for him. That's the end of the pre-show, so we will move into the main show where we kick off the main show with Shane O'Mac making his way to the ring, where he has an announcement to make. For some reason, my keyboard just decided to have an absolute mental breakdown and get rid of my whole segment. Absolutely brilliant. Hopefully you guys managed to quickly see that. If not, you can pause it, go back and read it, because it absolutely just killed my segment, that, didn't it? However, the segment was Shane McMahon coming in. He basically is acknowledging that the roster or the whole TNA at the minute is a bit out of control, so he will be bringing in a GM. That GM will be announced at Bound for Glory. He then cuts into announcing the first match of the night, and it will be a singles match. Slightly annoying there that my keyboard decided to have a spasm. Nice 52 segment rating. So we move into that first match. And the first match is Eric Young versus Trent Seven. In a decent match, Eric Young defeated Trent Seven in 9 minutes 59 when Trent Seven was disqualified when Steve Macklin ran in and attacked Eric Young. The match was designed to tell a specific story. So that was our storytelling match. Eric Young picks up the win because Steve Macklin comes in and starts beating him up. 40 wrestling segment, 29 crowd and a 44 segment rating. Eric Young picks up a 45, Trent a 36. So we had Steve Macklin come in, but it didn't stop there. After the match, Steve Macklin continues to beat down on Eric as he says, Eric, hello? Are you in there? If you're in there, come out to play. See, this is the problem, Eric. The old Eric would never let this happen. You are a disgrace. After one more kick, Macklin leaves the ring up the ramp. But before he goes, Eric manages to get to a mic. And in pain, he says, Steve, okay, you win. You want the real Eric, then you'll have him in a no DQ match at Bound for Glory. Steve Macklin turns around and just smiles at Eric Young. So Steve Macklin is going to get the real Eric Young at Bound for Glory. Let's hope he doesn't live to regret. 48 segment rating. We then move into a video package of Jordan Grace where she is at home with a sling on. She says, Ash, you may have blindsided me again and done this to me, but I will be back at Bound for Glory, and when I do come back, we can then finally meet face to face in the ring for my Knockouts Championship. And let me tell you something, Ash, you better be ready for some pain. It's Jordan Grace with her arm in a sling. She's coming for some revenge after the attack by Ash by Elegance. 44 segment rating. We then see Nick Nemeth, who arrives at the arena. Gets out of a limo with his suit on and just walks up with the title on his shoulder. 54 segment rating. We then have a match and making her TNA Impact debut live on TV. We have Harley Hudson versus Danny Luna. And in a poor match, Harley Hudson defeated Danny Luna in 7:57 by submission. But it was a distraction by the mysterious tag team who are challenging Danny Luna for them Knockouts tag team titles. The lights were flickering. You could hear laughter. You could hear different noises, whispers of Danny. Harley Hudson capitalized, gets a submission win on her TNA debut. 35 wrestling segment, 21 crowd rating, and a 38 segment rating. Harley Hudson 27, Danny Luna. Is it Danny or Dana? Dana. You guys let me know in the comments. Danny or Dana? 44. Nice win there for Harley Hudson. We then have Nick Nemeth come to the ring. But he comes to the ring from boos from the fans. He stands there and he says, "You guys suck, you know that." Which then the crowd boo a hell of a lot more. Anyway, tonight your champion is not in action, as I don't think you deserve that. However, my opponent at Bound for Glory, Moose, will be, and he will be in action in the main event. You go, Moose. Main event, baby. Little dig there at Moose. He continues to say, "I have personally handpicked his opponent, and it is a good friend of mine. Someone who I was on the phone to a couple of weeks ago who has agreed to have my back. His name is Logan, and he will entertain you. That's for sure." 65 segment rating. So in the main event tonight, we have Moose versus Logan. Someone Nick Nemeth knows. Nick Nemeth worked the crowd well, using the freedom to improvise to his advantage. A nice 65 rating. We then cut into a backstage segment where the camera is panned in on PCO as he's laid out on the floor. As the cameraman pans away, we see AJ Francis and Casey Navarro. AJ has the digital media title in his hand. "PCO, you freak. You played with the wrong boys. And at Bound for Glory, not only am I going to kick your ass again, I'm going to take this ugly ass title from you and put it in the trash along with you. See you there." 29 segment rating. We have a title match at Bound for Glory. AJ Francis versus PCO for the Digital Media Championship. But as AJ walks away, he then throws the title on top of PCO. We then cut into a match where this match was set for if Matt Cardona beats Mike Bailey, he gets a shot at the X Division Championship at Bound for Glory. And in a decent match, Matt Cardona defeated Mike Bailey in 16 minutes by pinfall by using underhanded tactics. 50 wrestling segment, 40 crowd, 52 segment rating. Cardona 49, Mike Bailey 51. So Cardona gets his title shot after using underhanded tactics. Can he go one step further and capture the X Division Championship? We then go backstage where we see Shane O'Mac in his office. He's on his phone and we hear him say, "We are all set. Everyone knows you are coming now. But listen, things have changed since you was around last time. You will need to catch up with everything that's gone on in TNA since the last time you was here." And as he finishes speaking, we cut to commercial. 57 segment rating. So Shane O'Mac talking to the new GM of TNA. Who do you guys think it is? Pop in your comments below. We then have a tag team match where we have Joe Hendry and Sammy Callahan versus Josh Alexander and JDC. Obviously Joe Hendry and Josh Alexander have got a bit of beef going on at the minute. And in a decent match, Joe Hendry and Sami Callihan defeated Josh Alexander and JDC in 16 minutes when Joe Hendry pinned JDC with a freak of nature. JDC was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. That performance being Sami Callihan 51, Joe Hendry 58, JDC a not so good 38, and Josh Alexander 54. Lots of nice green segments there, which is always great to see. 50 wrestling, 37 crowd, and a 53 segment rating. Don't quite think we're going to quite get up to that 59 in this show, but you know, we've still got a few more segments to go yet, so hopefully we can. We then have a video package of the Rascal advertising their merch. Just needed something for them to do, so something like this will be absolutely great. I think you'd actually see this on TNA. It's a video package of them wearing their t-shirts, armbands, all that kind of stuff. 26 segment rating. We then have a great wrestling match here. Zia Brookside versus Masha Slamovich. In a decent match, Brookside defeated Masha Slamovich in 7 minutes by pinfall with a Brooksy bomb. 42 wrestling, 26 crowd, and a 50 for the segment rating. 32 for Brookside and a 52 for Slamovich. Nice little bonus match there. Got a nice decent rating out of that. Wasn't expecting that. It's a little high on the card for where it needed to be. It's the only place I could really fit it in. But to get a 50 rating out of that, I will definitely take that. We then see Nick Nemeth backstage. He's hyping up his backup for the upcoming main event and a 56 segment rating. And in that main event, we have Moose versus Logan in a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Logan defeated Moose in 12 minutes by pinfall with a halo bomb after distraction from Nick Nemeth. 57 segment rating. 53 wrestling, 40 crowd. So Logan is ex-WWE Elias. He is the backup for Nick Nemeth, and he picks up the win after Nick Nemeth does come to the ring and distract Moose. 59 for Moose, 46 for Logan. Logan has debuted his drifter gimmick and got an initial rating of very good. Got some handle change, so I think we can actually turn him now, and it was a complete success. But we ain't finished there. We end the show with a 55, and after the match the system comes out to help Moose, but then the Hardys come out and we end the show in a massive brawl. We've got Moose fighting with Nick Nemeth over the world title. We've got Matt and Jeff fighting with Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards of the tag team titles. We've got Logan who's going between the both, trying to back up everyone up. It's just a mass brawl as we ended the show. Wasn't the greatest show. 55. Some of the segments being brought down. But decent there. Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards were poor in trying to improvise dialogue. But we do end it with a 58. It's one off of last week, which is not too bad, but we do increase our popularity in 43 regions. So we keep increasing, we keep on getting them people through the doors. So if you've liked this episode, guys, please stay tuned for the next episode. We have one more Impact, and then we have Bound for Glory. Get your comments in on who you think the mystery tag team is. Get your comments in who you think the GM is going to be. Logan is here for backup with Nick Nemeth, and we also have the real Eric Young coming to Bound for Glory. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, thank you guys.